Are you waking up multiple times each night just because of the need to use the bathroom? Do you feel that every time you get up in the middle of the night, it not only interrupts your sleep, but also leaves you feeling tired the next morning with a sluggish mind, and the whole day passes by in a fog of tiredness? If your answer is yes, you are not alone. Nocturia affects tens of millions of adults around the world, especially after the age of 60. But the great news is, with just a few small changes to your daily diet, you can easily take better control of your bladder, reduce the number of times you wake up, and enjoy long, restful nights of sleep. In today's video, Longevity Tips will guide you through 7 types of foods that have been scientifically proven to improve bladder health, support deep and prolonged sleep, along with 6 natural beverages that help control nocturia effectively, so you can sleep through the night and wake up full of energy. Don't take your eyes off the video, because a small change tonight could lead to a long, restful night and a brighter new day for you. Health does not come from distant things. It comes from the right choices, repeated every day, starting with what you put into your body. So, are you ready to sleep better starting tonight? Let's begin this journey together with Longevity Tips right now. 7 foods that help improve bladder health and support deep sleep for you. 1. Bananas. Bananas are one of the most common fruits in the American diet, not only for their convenience, but also for their exceptional nutritional value. Bananas are rich in magnesium and potassium, 2 essential minerals that play a crucial role in regulating smooth muscle contractions, including those of the bladder. Magnesium helps soothe the nervous system and naturally relaxes muscles, thereby reducing unwanted bladder contractions at night. Meanwhile, potassium maintains intracellular fluid balance and supports stable muscle function, helping to prevent the bladder from becoming overly stimulated, which can lead to nocturia. A medium-sized banana, about 118 grams, provides 422 milligrams of potassium, 32 milligrams of magnesium, along with vitamin B6, vitamin C, and easily digestible fiber. In addition, bananas contain tryptophan, an amino acid necessary for the synthesis of serotonin and melatonin, which support deeper and more continuous sleep. Suggested usage for maximum effectiveness with bananas. Eat 1 banana about 30 to 60 minutes before bed to help relax the bladder and prepare for a long, restful night of sleep. Alternatively, blend a banana with unsweetened almond milk to increase natural magnesium intake and add additional benefits for sleep. Important note for you: do not eat bananas that are too green, as they contain high levels of resistant starch, which can cause bloating. People with chronic kidney disease should consult their doctor before increasing potassium intake from bananas. According to research from the National Institutes of Health, NIH, increasing potassium and magnesium intake from natural foods helps reduce bladder irritation symptoms by up to 21% in people over 60 years old. 2. Cranberries. Cranberries, a standout superfood in American culture, are famous for their ability to support urinary tract health. The most notable component of cranberries is proanthocyanidins, a group of powerful antioxidants. Proanthocyanidins have the ability to prevent bacteria, particularly E. coli, from adhering to the walls of the bladder and urinary tract. This reduces the risk of urinary tract infections, UTIs, a common cause of bladder inflammation and an increase in nocturia. Regular consumption of cranberries can help flush harmful bacteria, reduce inflammation, thereby alleviating bladder irritation and improving the condition of frequent nighttime urination. To achieve maximum effectiveness with cranberries, you should drink unsweetened cranberry juice, about 240 milliliters per day, or eat fresh cranberries as an afternoon snack. Additionally, you need to be cautious. Avoid cranberry juices with added sugar, as they may raise blood sugar levels and have the opposite effect. For those taking anticoagulant medication, it is recommended to consult with a doctor, as cranberries may affect the effectiveness of the medication. A meta-analysis from the Cochrane Review shows that daily consumption of cranberry juice reduces the recurrence rate of urinary tract infections by up to 26% compared to the control group. 3. Oatmeal. Oatmeal, a symbol of a healthy breakfast, is not only good for cardiovascular health, but also contributes to improving bladder function naturally. The soluble fiber content in oatmeal helps improve bowel motility, reducing the risk of constipation, a factor that puts pressure on the bladder and exacerbates nocturia. In addition, oatmeal contains beta-glucan, a polysaccharide that has the ability to reduce systemic inflammation, support the immune system, and maintain bladder tissue health. To use oatmeal correctly, I recommend eating whole oats, old-fashioned oats, for breakfast or as a light evening snack. You can also add cinnamon, chia seeds, or fresh blueberries to increase the antioxidant content. You should avoid instant oatmeal with added sugar and artificial flavors. If you have celiac disease or are gluten sensitive, choose oatmeal labeled gluten-free to ensure safety. Research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition shows that a fiber-rich diet reduces the risk of bladder dysfunction by up to 28% in older adults. 4. Yogurt. Yogurt, especially unsweetened Greek yogurt, is not only a high source of protein, but also extremely rich in probiotics, live beneficial bacteria that can balance the gut microbiome. A healthy microbiome not only aids digestion, but also has a significant impact on bladder health and the urinary system through the gut-bladder axis. The connection between the gut and the bladder. When the gut is balanced, the risk of systemic inflammation, including bladder inflammation, is also significantly reduced. Studies from Johns Hopkins Medicine show that individuals with a rich and balanced gut microbiome have a 30 to 40% lower risk of urinary tract infections compared to those with an imbalanced microbiome. Additionally, yogurt provides calcium, vitamin D, and B12, nutrients that support nerve and muscle health, indirectly helping to control bladder function. For those over 60, it is recommended to eat a small container of unsweetened Greek yogurt every day, preferably in the morning or afternoon. You can also mix in ground flax seeds, rich in omega-3s, boost probiotics, or blueberries to increase antioxidants. Be especially mindful to avoid yogurt with added sugars or artificial flavors. If you are lactose intolerant, choose yogurt made from coconut milk or naturally fermented almond milk to ensure your health. A study from the British Journal of Nutrition shows that supplementing with probiotics from yogurt helps reduce bladder dysfunction symptoms by 23% after 6 weeks of regular use. 5. Cherries. Cherries, especially tart cherries, are not only famous for their muscle recovery benefits, but also contain a very high amount of natural melatonin, the hormone that regulates the body's sleep-wake cycle. Melatonin helps improve sleep quality, thereby reducing the number of times you wake up to use the bathroom at night. In addition, cherries contain anthocyanins, a group of powerful antioxidants that help reduce inflammation and soothe bladder inflammation. 1 glass of tart cherry juice, about 240 milliliters, contains approximately 9 milligrams of natural melatonin, along with a significant amount of vitamin C, potassium, and fiber. For those over 60, it is recommended to drink unsweetened tart cherry juice about 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Alternatively, you can eat a handful of fresh cherries if it's harvest season, usually summer in the US. Additionally, when choosing tart cherry juice, you should opt for 100% pure tart cherry juice, avoiding juices with added sugar. For people with diabetes, it's important to control the amount consumed to avoid raising blood sugar levels. A study at the University of Rochester Medical Center showed that those who drank tart cherry juice for 2 weeks slept an average of 84 minutes longer each night, and reduced the number of nighttime awakenings by up to 17%. 6. Pumpkin seeds are considered a superfood in the US, not only because of their high protein and healthy fat content, but also due to their rich levels of omega-3, zinc, and magnesium, minerals that are particularly beneficial for bladder health. Omega-3 is a substance that helps reduce chronic inflammation in the bladder walls and stabilizes the nerve signals that control urination function, especially in the elderly, when these functions become weaker. Furthermore, magnesium in pumpkin seeds helps relax the pelvic muscles, reducing spontaneous bladder contractions, the leading cause of uncontrolled nocturia in the elderly today. Additionally, zinc is another key factor in supporting the immune system, boosting the body's natural anti-inflammatory capacity in the urinary system of older adults. For pumpkin seeds, I recommend eating a small handful, about 28 to 30 grams, of lightly roasted, unsalted pumpkin seeds every day. You can also sprinkle pumpkin seeds on salads, oatmeal, or use them as an afternoon snack, which is also very effective. Moreover, you should prioritize organic pumpkin seeds, free from added salt or artificial flavors. If you are taking anticoagulant medication, it's important to consult your doctor, as omega-3 may slightly affect blood clotting ability and other activities in your medication, according to a study from the Journal of Traditional and Complementary Medicine. Daily supplementation of pumpkin seeds improves urinary dysfunction symptoms by 36% in people over 60 years old after 12 weeks. 7. Apples. Apples, a fruit closely associated with American culture, with the well-known saying, "An apple a day keeps the doctor away," are not only good for heart health, but also support a healthy bladder. Apples are rich in quercetin, a natural flavonoid with extremely strong anti-inflammatory properties. It protects the bladder tissue from damage caused by free radicals and reduces excessive sensitivity in your bladder. Additionally, the abundant fiber content in apples helps maintain stable bowel motility, indirectly reducing pressure on the bladder, which is essential for controlling nocturia. With apples, I recommend eating one medium-sized apple daily, ideally in the morning or mid-afternoon. If you don't like eating apples, you can try a light cinnamon-baked apple as an evening dessert. It's not only delicious but also greatly supports sleep. Additionally, you should eat the apple with its skin after washing it thoroughly, as most of the quercetin and fiber are located in the skin. Prioritize organic apples to minimize pesticide residues during the growing and harvesting process. A study from Harvard School of Public Health shows that those who eat 5 or more apples per week have an 18% lower risk of developing bladder inflammation compared to those who rarely eat apples. Thus, we have explored 7 types of foods that help improve bladder health and support deep sleep, especially for older adults. Now, let's continue exploring 6 drinks that support a healthy bladder. What are we waiting for? Let's begin right now. 1. Pear juice. You are probably already familiar with this drink, right? Simply because it is a favorite juice in the US as a natural, gentle, and easily digestible beverage. What many people don't know is that pears contain a high level of malic acid, a natural organic acid that has many benefits for urinary health. Did you also know that malic acid acts as an agent to prevent the formation of urinary stones by reducing the crystallization of calcium oxalate in the urine? It helps balance the pH of urine, creating an environment less favorable for bacteria that cause bladder infections, soothing the bladder tissue, reducing irritation, and helping effectively control nocturia. Pears also provide a high amount of soluble fiber and water, more than 85% of the fruit's weight, helping the body maintain hydration without putting excessive pressure on the bladder, a key factor for those who frequently experience nocturia. For pears, you should drink 1 glass of pure pear juice, no added sugar, in the evening, about 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. You should also only use homemade juice or organic products, avoiding bottled juices that contain high amounts of sugar or unknown additives. For those with irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, you should start with a small amount, as pears contain a high level of FODMAP, which can cause mild bloating. And most importantly, you must carefully read the ingredients of store-bought juices to ensure there is no added corn syrup or artificial sweeteners. A study at the University of Michigan showed that incorporating fruits rich in malic acid, such as pears, into the diet helps reduce the risk of kidney stones by 17% and improves nocturia symptoms within 8 weeks. 2. Coconut water. Coconut water is a popular natural beverage in whole food-loving communities, known for its ability to provide natural electrolytes, such as potassium, magnesium, and sodium, in balance. These components are extremely important for the body's hydration process. The greatest benefit of coconut water for the bladder is that it keeps your body properly hydrated, without causing water retention or placing excessive pressure on the kidneys and bladder, as too much water at once can. Coconut water also helps balance electrolytes, regulating bladder muscle tone and reducing involuntary contractions at night. Additionally, cytokinin in coconut water helps reduce mild inflammation naturally, a plant compound that supports cellular anti-aging, especially in older women. You should drink a small glass of fresh, pure coconut water, about 150 to 200 milliliters each day, preferably in the morning or early afternoon. To minimize nocturia, while coconut water is very beneficial, there are a few things to keep in mind. Avoid drinking coconut water too late near bedtime, as even a small amount can promote nocturia if consumed close to sleeping time. For patients with kidney disease or a history of kidney-related issues, you should monitor the potassium levels in coconut water and consult with your doctor before using it regularly. A study published in Frontiers in Nutrition shows that natural coconut water improves hydration levels and reduces the feeling of urgency to urinate by up to 23% in small group trials. 3. Caffeine-free herbal tea. Caffeine is a stimulant known for its ability to irritate the bladder, increasing the frequency of urination. Therefore, choosing caffeine-free herbal tea is a smart solution to both relax and protect the bladder. 2 prominent herbal teas recommended by the medical community are chamomile tea, rich in apigenin, a flavonoid that helps soothe the nervous system, reduce bladder inflammation, and support deeper sleep. Peppermint tea contains menthol, which helps relax smooth muscles, reduce urinary tract spasms, and soothe bladder irritation symptoms. If you are a tea lover, you should drink only 1 cup of warm tea, no more than 240 milliliters, in the evening, about 1 hour before bedtime. And especially avoid green tea, black tea, and oolong tea, as they contain a relatively high amount of caffeine. These are not suitable for people who frequently suffer from insomnia. Additionally, make sure to choose organic tea to avoid pesticide residues and opt for reputable tea brands to ensure your tea is pure and of the best quality. For those allergic to chamomile or peppermint, caution is advised when using them for the first time, and it is recommended to start with a relatively small amount to observe how they affect your body. According to a report from the American Journal of Medicine, replacing caffeine-containing beverages with herbal tea helps reduce bladder irritation symptoms by 38% after 4 weeks. 4. Pumpkin seed infusion. Few people know that in addition to eating pumpkin seeds directly, you can also extract beneficial compounds for the bladder by soaking lightly roasted pumpkin seeds in warm water. As mentioned earlier, pumpkin seeds contain a high amount of phytosterols, which help regulate endocrine activity and reduce bladder inflammation. Zinc and magnesium help relax the bladder muscles and reduce spontaneous spasms. So, how should you use pumpkin seed water for maximum effectiveness? First, soak about 2 to 3 tablespoons of pumpkin seeds in 500 milliliters of warm water for 6 to 8 hours, or overnight. Then, strain the water and drink it in the evening, just before bedtime, for the best results with this drink. I also have a few small tips for you. Only use lightly roasted pumpkin seeds, without salt or seasoning, to avoid unnecessary sodium intake. If you are allergic to pumpkin seeds, you should first try a small amount to see if your body reacts. If there are no unusual reactions, you can continue using them, but it's important to consult your doctor as well. A small trial at the Cleveland Clinic showed that pumpkin seed extract improved nocturia frequency by up to 19% after just 6 weeks of regular use. 5. Aloe vera juice. Aloe vera is famous for its natural anti-inflammatory properties and its ability to soothe soft tissues, making it particularly beneficial for the urinary tract and bladder. Key compounds like asamenin in aloe vera help reduce inflammation of the bladder mucosa, decrease excessive bladder irritation, and support nocturia control. Similar to the other juices mentioned, you should drink only 50 to 100 milliliters of pure aloe vera juice in the morning or afternoon. Aloe vera has a distinct taste, so in the beginning, you should dilute it with water and gradually reduce the amount of water as you get used to the flavor. When buying aloe vera juice, you must choose a product labeled decolorized whole leaf aloe vera juice to ensure that the compound aloine, which can cause diarrhea, is removed. It's especially important not to overuse high doses, as high doses of aloe vera can cause an electrolyte imbalance. A study published in the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine shows that supplementing with aloe vera juice helps improve bladder inflammation symptoms by up to 25% in 2 months. 6. White wine spritzer. If you occasionally enjoy a bit of alcoholic beverage, a white wine spritzer, white wine diluted with sparkling water, is a much smarter choice. White wine is lighter than beer or hard liquor, and when mixed with sparkling water, it reduces the alcohol concentration that irritates the bladder. Additionally, diluting white wine increases hydration without causing as much of an electrolyte imbalance as pure alcohol does. A few tips for older adults when using white wine spritzer: only use 1 small glass of spritzer, about 120 milliliters of wine plus 120 milliliters of sparkling water, and enjoy it on weekends or special occasions. It is not recommended to use them daily. Also, limit your consumption as much as possible. Excessive alcohol use can still exacerbate nocturia, and you should choose organic white wine or wines with low sulfites to reduce the risk of irritation in older adults. According to the American Urology Foundation, moderate alcohol consumption, under 1 drink a day, when diluted, can reduce the risk of bladder irritation compared to drinking straight hard liquor. Before we end this video, take a moment to ask yourself: bladder health, deep sleep, a healthy body, are you taking care of them the right way every day? We don't need to wait until restless sleep or sleepless nights that drain our health to start taking action. Sometimes it's the simple things: a banana before bed, a glass of pear juice in the evening, a cup of chamomile tea instead of a late coffee, that are enough to rewrite your own health story. Start today by incorporating bladder-friendly foods and drinks like bananas, oatmeal, cranberries, coconut water, and peppermint tea. Limit refined sugars, caffeine, and the invisible factors that are silently disrupting your body every day. Be patient in nurturing these small habits, because it is these small things that create the most sustainable changes. If you found this video helpful, please like, share it with your loved ones, and don't forget to subscribe to the Longevity Tips channel. Together, we will embark on a long journey, a journey to live healthily, sleep naturally, and enjoy many years of peace ahead. Because sometimes just a small change today will give you a lifetime of difference.